Hey Sagittarius, it's IyaPatsy here, and I wanted to share something with you as I was sitting here getting ready to do your reading for June 2018. All morning I've been thinking about you guys, and I got a message, a channeled message. They had me write it down. So I would just want to share it with you. I don't know how long this is going to take for me to go through. So if it gets too long, this will be a separate message for you, and we'll see if you still need a reading. Okay, we'll see how the spirit leads me. All right, but more than likely you'll still get your reading. Maybe it won't be today, but who knows? Let's see how this goes. Anyway, the thing that happened when I sat down here is they decided that they wanted me to go back over the 121st Psalm, right? And I was, reciting it because I've been, trying to commit it to memory again. And I'll read it for you in case you don't have access to it. This is in the King James Version of the Bible. I believe that's what this one is. This is yeah. And this is Gideon's International. And I don't know how many of you know that, but hotels are required to have these in the nightstand or in the room somewhere. All right? Any hotel you go to, the Gideon Society supplies them with Bibles in all hotel rooms, even the little flea bag ones. So, if you see a Bible in a drawer, you are free to take it. It's not the property of the hotel per se. It's just a service that the Gideon Society does and leaves Bibles all over the country, all over the world. So, go to a hotel. If you see the Bible, you're free. They don't charge you for it. It's not going to be up on your room bill or none of that. That is for you. Okay, so you can take it and take it home as a souvenir, even at least. Who knows? You start collecting Bibles all over the world. Anyway, so 121st Psalm. I will lift up my eyes to the hill from which cometh my help. I have to take this. Hold on 1 second. So sorry. Anyway. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He that keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he that keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. I'm reading this, and this is not the King James Version. This is a translation. So I know it in the King James Version. That's why I'm stumbling over it because it's written in plain English. Okay, and that's a good thing. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So, today's sermon, children, is the sun shall not smite thee by day. So, this is the Spirit said this. You will be victorious over a Leo energy. Either this is someone around you, or it may be Leo within you yourself. You're a fire sign, Leo, a fire sign. Sometimes you may have Leo in your chart. Oh, sorry. Sometimes you may have Leo in your chart, or you just may embody some of that Leo energy from time to time, just like you embody Aries energy from time to time. It goes back and forth. Right? Certain times Leo comes out as needed. All right, and it may not be your sun, your moon, or your rising, but you can have, Leo placements in other places in your chart. You can find that out if you go to any of those free natal chart websites, and they'll show you a full breakdown of where your planets are, and they'll give you illustrations, and that's for free. If you want to pay more, you can get more than that. That Leo energy is ego and pride. So it's someone else's ego and pride, or it's your ego and pride. Or it could be a combination of two people with that Leo energy. So you could be dealing with another fire sign or someone else who has fire in their chart, and their fire could be Leo just as well as your fire could be Leo. Okay, you may have it in different places. You may have it in Venus, they may have it in their moon or their rising sign. So it's good to know because you get a better idea, as I've said before, who you're dealing with, Sag. Now, if you are embodying this ego, this Leo pride, this energy, it's mostly deserved in any case because you are the hunter and you are the survivor and you've survived. But that Leo energy does feel entitled. Not just to what they have and what they've earned, but to what you've earned also. And they will go to any means to get it. This isn't for everybody. This is for some people. This is the message that I was told to bring. If it has nothing to do with you, then I'll let it roll. But there's some people out there that need to hear this. This is for them. That does not mean that they don't love you. Just like you, they love you. And just like you, they love themselves. They just love themselves more than they love you. And that's no problem. Because you're Sagittarius, and you're a sun, and you're a philosopher, and you're spiritual, and you're just deep and very intelligent, you won't forget to intellectualize and psychoanalyze this person. Not only because you love them, but because part of your ascension that you've been going through after the last 5 years and change of foolishness. 3 years for some of you, 2 years. It's been a minute. And you're still coming out of it. But during that time, you have been doing your work, and you have increased your intuition and your empathy and your compassion, which you already have, has increased also. So you pick up on things, and that detective part of you still wants to look inside and encourage them to be their best person. These gifts that you have are sometimes a curse because it lets you become vulnerable. Because there's a challenge within you to return also to your old defensive ways of dealing with adversity. Because you are still learning and you're still growing and you still are having challenges. And so sometimes some of you, your way of dealing with adversity usually means walking away with your head held high and your pride intact. And usually, and this has gotten better as you've gotten older, not engaging in verbal backs and forths with people. Just like you've gotten to the place where you're more mature, where you are more spiritual, and even though that you know that you can sting someone with your words, and that you can belittle people on purpose. Some things you do accidentally, but on purpose, you can direct it directly at their weak spot and get them. But because you are trying to be obedient to spirit, and because you enjoy this side of you, you appreciate this. It's good. Everything that goes with this is just, you're loving it and you're embracing it. And so you're embracing that part of you too. But you do like to have the last word still. So between these two energies, the one of the Leo and the one of the Sagittarius, within yourself, that makes you less inclined than the Leo. Okay, so let's say we're talking about Leo sun versus the Sagittarius sun, right? You're less inclined than the Leo to put yourself ahead of love. It's like you have a threshold, and your threshold is love is at the top of everything. Love is within what you do. Love is highly important to Sagittarius. And Leo is very aware of it. Leo also knows that you're strong. And he sees the strength also. He sees the strength in your heart also. He sees the strength of your ego, but he also sees the strength of your heart. And he knows, he or she knows that they can make you feel safe and in control. He's seen the strength card in the tarot deck. And he will approach you on his knees, just like a cat, and nuzzle up to you, up to your open, extended hand. And you will feel his willingness to be tamed. You'll feel his heat. And he's going to want you to become real comfortable with him in that tame position, in that passionate position, while he's purring and licking and nuzzling and playing with the catnip and making you laugh. He's counting on you forgetting that he's a lion. And that he still might have a little bit of prowl within him. That may be another challenge within this relationship, but this is with you all being together. This could be twin flame, this could just be a relationship, and this is just a message for someone who is in a relationship with somebody like this. And later, even after his prowl slows down, because Mother Nature has reeled him in a bit, he's already planning on still making you think that he's on the prowl. But at the same time, making you think that he's done with the prowl. Making you wonder, is he really done? Or is he just done with you? Oh yes, he's going to use sex to manipulate you too. And that could be either withholding or overgiving. Because for him, sex is attached to his pride, his strength, and his emotions. In the sense that they all dwell separately inside of him. And he's also afraid of them both. He's afraid of his sexuality, and he's afraid of his emotions. And he sees them as separate, and he's afraid for them to be united. And so that's why he's learned to withhold them both, because he's not just withholding them from you or for anybody else that they're dealing with. They're withholding it from themselves because they're afraid of it, because they've never felt safe to be balanced and blended. As much as he may be swayed by your passion, it's only going to last long enough for him to analyze and put in that data until he understands just how much of you he can engage in before he loses control again, like that. So it's like the chaser runner, but it's macro, it's within the relationship. Before it was outside of the relationship. Now you're learning how to deal with each other's energies within the relationship. And Spirit just wanted to give you a heads up. I haven't done Leo's reading yet, so who knows what'll happen by the time I get over there. But this was today for you. I think I'm supposed to do them next. I don't know. I might need to put somebody else in the middle there just to tap down this energy. Okay. He's very afraid of making mistakes because he knows in the past he's made some pretty big ones, and he's still feeling the effects and the aftermaths from in this life, in this reality, because they're mistakes that he can't forgive himself for. And so he feels guilty, and guilt is an emotion, right? So he tries to bury that, and he may bury it through liquor, drugs, sex, pornography, manipulation, criminal activities. You can imagine. Oh, he's the kind of guy who, cruises tarot card reader sites in the comic section, grazing for women who are in search of their divine masculine. And that Leo will adjust his tail so that he can play the role. It's like spiritual Tinder. But don't get caught up in that. The divine is just sending out, that's not even a real test. Don't get caught up in that. Unless you just are in need of some target practice. Sag. That was a public service announcement. For some of you, you'll let your arrow fly. Because there's going to come a time that your Leo's going to need that. He's going to deserve that. You're not going to kill him, even after he tried to bite you. But it'll be a wake-up call to Leo. And he'll understand that you have learned a valuable lesson. To value yourself. He's taught you how to value yourself as much as he values himself. So you can thank him for it and walk away, or you can stay some more for whatever reason. Because you're smart enough to know he's not worth going to jail for. And that message will also be received by your Leo. If that last shot stimulated him to a higher spiritual vibration, Sagittarius teacher will have accomplished bringing a lesson to a student, and you may be willing to further engage with him as you can see that his vibration is rising and he's coming up to your level, and the investment of your time and your dedication and your love has been worth it. That's up to you. Just watch your bank statements. And don't give anyone your power of attorney in terms of your business, not even your ATM number. Sign your own checks. If you all end up having a joint account at some time, require that each check have both of your signatures. And that's including your vacation savings accounts, if they still do that. I guess they do. Things like that. Especially if you marry them at some point on this journey. It's not that you don't trust them. but you're being realistic. You know their weaknesses, and you're not trying to put them in a situation that's going to create animosity between you all. And if they vibrated to the right point, they know their own demons too, and they're going to respect, again, the value that you put upon them yourself and the value that you put upon them and their relationship. It's like if the person's an alcoholic, you're going to not bring alcohol in the house, or at least you're going to lock it up behind the liquor bar, right? You're going to lock it up because you know that they have a problem. Same thing. You're not going to give them a way to tempt themselves because you already know that they have a weakness for that because they are materialistic, because they're poverty-minded. They respect that. They respect that. They know that you're helping him. They know that you're helping them learn what love really looks like. Unconditional does not mean putting up with bullshit. It means helping him to understand that there will be no poverty with you because there is no poverty for you, because there is no poverty in you. But in you and with you is respectful, compassionate, uplifting, clear, communicative, and fun and free and adventurous and passionate and charitable and equal love. Now, it's not going to be easy, but it won't be too hard. It'll take more of your patience, but that's Sagittarius, right? Patience, temperance, balance. But it will be difficult. It won't be a walk in the park with this one, even if you have them on a leash. But you're doing it from a different vantage point. And so this is, again, your lesson. That you're seeing what this work, what this spiritual work can look like within a relationship. And this time, you're going to be the one to understand what stuck really feels like. And also, what till death do us part really means. Some of you may need an exorcist at some point. But there won't be any dull moments if you choose to entertain this Leo energy in your life. The one that you think that you tamed. Both of them. Leo in you and Leo in them. The rest of you can get back to doing your spiritual work. And then walking outside into the sunshine with pride and receptiveness and authority and protection and a new chance for a new love with no baggage from a mutual past. Someone who will help you ascend because they're already at your level. They've just been waiting for you to come back home from the zoo. That was the message, I swear, as they gave it to me, and I wrote it. I still have the same pen I'm holding in my hand. It just happened. So. That took 29 minutes. All right, so that is your, I guess that's a channeled message from your ancestors from Egun. message of protection for Sagittarius. I don't know if it's really for the month of May or June. It's just, I think it sounds like it's for right now. Sounds like it's that there's something going on around you right now, and that's why I wanted you to have that message. So that's what we will go with. So what I'll do is, let's do this. Let's go ahead. See how fast we can do the Akashic Tarot. Okay, first card that came for you here was the Eight of Scrolls. Okay, so this is about going forward on a journey, not knowing the path, having different choices, and having to decide which road you're going to go, which way, which path. I guess much like whether you're going to stay with a person or whether you're going to move on. All right. You have maps, you have information. So that's, I guess that's what that was, the information that you needed in order to decide which way to go. So I guess these maps and whatever will adjust themselves to whichever path you take. But this was in the reverse. So maybe you've already made up your mind. Maybe you've already made a decision. Right? It could be that you feel that you're stuck, that you don't have a way out, that you don't recognize your opportunities. You feel maybe that you're, or again, since this is paths unknown, maybe this is, you know your path. I said. Next card here for you, Fated Meeting, number 7. All right, something that is a creation of the divine, something that is sanctioned by the divine. But this was in reverse. So, could be that you missed an opportunity to meet up with this fated meeting, or could have had it already. It could have happened already. And maybe that's part of the decision that you're making, because you've already, this fated meeting has come. Let's take a look at that fated meeting. That is a like a major arcana in this deck. So 7. The person in your life with whom you have made plans to work on your karma together, to undo past life patterns and create greater reciprocity, love, and support. Unfortunately, this card reverse shows that one or both of you have fallen into old habits or some sort of denial. You must see the relationship for exactly what it is, and do not let the undercurrent of past life feelings drive you. You have come together for a purpose, but one of you hasn't truly woken up with an eye to the future and a commitment to grow. Your relationship with your higher self is the foundation of every relationship in your life. So, see the truth of the situation. Your inner voice tells you that progress and even happiness with this person elude you. It may be time to look beyond this relationship. There are many other new and past life partners who can find a place on your karmic dance card. Let it go. Okay. The Akashic Force says, take a deep breath and fill yourself with the expectation of someone special coming. Feel the excitement of this important approach. It's someone to know, to hold, and to help you. This person is almost there. So, take a deep breath. Feel the excitement of the anticipated and important approach of that person that's truly meant for you. The next card that came here for you, is the Five of Roses, the Garden. So this is the energy of discovery, okay? Being out in nature, learning, teaching, growing, wisdom, learning skills together. But this was in the reverse. So maybe this is saying that you've outgrown this, you've done that part of it already. So there's no need to play in the garden with that energy anymore. Learn the lessons, pass those exams. Next card that came here for you was number 10, the light of the world. 10 reduces to 1, so this is about you. All right, the light of the world. I think this is somewhat like maybe the Hermit card. All right, going within, learning wisdom, going on a path, being open to new opportunities for spiritual growth, actually listening at the door to see whether or not you hear or feel or dream new information and new energies, downloads. Okay. Number 10. Let's see. Again, that's another major arcana. So right now we have 17. That's 8. So that's divine, right? 10 and 7. Yep, that's divine. Divine messages. I said, well, thank you. Okay. Light of the world. Though your life may be busy, the opportunity now presents itself for you to move into a higher awareness. It's a great time to open up to your higher self and all its wisdom and its powers. It is your soul, your eternal being, that approaches, but it's up to you and only you to open the door. You do that by taking real and regular actions in knowing and feeling. Feeling the wise and radiant being you are ever. Through meditation and study, you can own that enormous love, power, and vision. You can make every day sacred by going within. Once you do, you know a radiant and greater power in every step and with every word. You will be able to bring this magnificent force to your world, changing your life forever. But this was reverse, Sag. So in the reverse, something disruptive in your life may be throwing you off balance. Or you have gotten very busy and the personal self has focused on the little details of life instead of the inner priorities of spiritual truth. You've been distracted. You have put the highest self behind you, and you may be turning to it only occasionally, and sometimes only when personal needs arise. Understand that as long as you ignore the highest part of who you are, you turn away from the greatest source of your power and joy. The light of eternal wisdom is knocking. Open the door and keep opening it until you hold it within you absolutely. Make this light part of you. When people see you, they will see your light. When spirit sees you, they will see your light. There'll be no question about it. And it doesn't mean that you have to dress funny or anything, or, carry something special or whatever. It's just going to be the way you present you differently. But still you. But approachable. That's why you're going to remain you. Because they don't want you to be aloof. They want you to be approachable. They got time for all of that. You got work to do. Again, this is not about ego. This is about ascension. This is about the work that you and your people contracted for before you got here. And you have work to do, and they're depending on you to do it. The exercise for this card, again, with breathing. Take a deep breath. Fill yourself with grace and peace and the light of your higher self. Your vision opens to a wider universe, and you realize that you have all the time and all the power in the world. Eternity fills you. Then we just say that we got 7 and 10, and what is it? 8. 7 and 10, 8. 7 and 1 is 8. I got crazy. Oh, wait a minute. I told y'all I can't do math. 10 and 7 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Okay? 8 is infinity. But there's also choices, like in the 2 of coins. Weighing things out, making decisions. Juggling, maybe. But it's when it's in terms of you spiritually about yourself, it's being able to operate maybe within different places, different surroundings, different environments with different types of people, being able to look at a situation from 2 sides. This wisdom, spiritual wisdom, and it's life wisdom. Learning to be open to receiving and generous in your sharing. Charity, not only a financial charity, but also charity of the spirit, sharing the lessons, sharing the prayers, sharing you, the way you present yourself. It may be inspirational to someone. And that's all. That's what Spirit wants from you, to be a shining example. A creation. A creation. Your family's gift to the universe is you. So they're trying to present you nice and shiny and learned up. Somebody they could be proud of. Like you go into graduation and know your grandparents and your great-grandparents and aunts and uncles and all these folks that you don't know. They're at this graduation ceremony. So don't worry about all the ones that people missed or all the ones that, you know, you've already had. This is more than your doctorate and your PhD and your PhD, which is the public high school diploma. Don't forget that. Ashe. Amen. Your GED, your vocationary school diploma. This is more than your certificate from Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. This is something else. Everybody is counting on you. And they are working to get you ready to be presented. So this was part of the work too. This was a lesson, whatever this thing was. It's Leo or whomever. Whoever it is that you've outgrown. Don't let them affect your light. Take a minute to dust yourself off there. Because you are still part human. As Sentinel, right? Part human. But also a spiritual being having a human experience. Your team is rooting for you in the back. Just ask them to give you these lessons a little gently, more gentle. Just ask them to please work with you. You can ask, and they will. They may tamp it down some. But if it's something that they see you really going, that something's going left, and it may not be that you did anything wrong. Again, remember, this is free will. All of this is free will. The same way you could choose not to listen, the other people on the other side of all of these lessons, they can choose not to listen, not to grow, not to, increase, whatever, not to even attend the class. That's on them. And it affects you because we all, your soulmates and your karmics and your twin flames and all of this. But everybody has a free will to a point. And if this is meant to mend itself in some way, it will. But it won't until you learn the lesson. That's guaranteed. It won't mend where to stick. It might have crazy glue, but it's not going to be Gorilla Glue. It's not going to stick forever if you don't fix things, if you don't learn the lessons and make a commitment within the relationship. Talk to your spirits and talk to the Creator, talk to the Divine. But it has to be not only you doing the praying. If both of you have shortcomings and both of you are aware of it and both of you want to ascend and you want to do this trip together, this journey together, you can't be the only one praying for it. It has to be mutual. They have to know that both of you are willing to take this journey in this way together. Because right now they're ready to put you on another path with, Prince Charming to the fourth power. They're getting ready to bring, Cleopatra to you. Nefertiti. Thor. Hercules, whatever. They've already got it. They're ready. In case this idiot didn't want to go with the plan, they got somebody else who had an idiot that didn't want to go with the plan. and maybe you all will be a benefit. It might ascend both families even more because there's less wasted time on the other nonsense that you would have had to go through with this one. So they're saving you some effort. But again, it's your choice. There will be no failure. Just maybe less happy, or maybe less abundant, or maybe less time. Maybe it won't be forever. Maybe it will be till death do you part. But not to continue again on the other side. You may have to come back and do it again just to make sure you got it. That's just what they're saying to me. I have no idea myself except what I get from them. And so far, the messages that they've been giving me over the last lifetime, they've been good. They've been worthy messages, even the ones that I didn't obey. Right. Last card that came up for you. This part of the reading is number 1. One of Scrolls. You are on the right track. I guess they just wanted to get your attention, Sagittarius. You're on the right track. They love you. And they're going to continue to have your back. Continue to bring you information, messages, synchronicities, and all of that stuff that you need and that you are receptive to. As long as you're open, they're going to keep bringing it for you. Now, I'm going to keep shuffling. But I'm going to have to show this. These are the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm Sky Book. And the card that had turned over here before I really even started shuffling was the Swan Queen, number 13. Transformation, intuition, and patience. 1 and 3 is 4, so this is foundational. This is also number 13, similar to the Death card. So it's just change, new beginnings. Intuition and patience, which was part of the message that they sent. Swans, made for life. They start off as ugly ducklings. But as time goes on, they become more and more and more beautiful. And then they find that person, that other swan, and they mate for life. They're loyal. So, you're going through a transformation. And as long as you follow your intuition and have patience, you're going to get the reward that you're looking for. You're going to get that love that you deserve, that's all you've asked for, really, in return. You know that these are already your gifts. You're getting a wealth of gifts, so it's okay. It's okay. And you're grateful and you're thankful for it, and you're patient. You're doing it. You're using your intuition. You're doing that transformation. And they know that you have a heart that wants to have a physical, human love experience in this existence. Somebody and something that you can count on. They know. They know. And I just feel like they're going to bring it to you. And I think that they're going to bring it to you soon. Now, this reading, this part of the reading, is intended to go until the end of June 2018. So, I would say, because of the channeled message and this, that these are energies that you can tune into between now, which is May 1st, 2018, and the end of June. And a little after that too. Also, let's see what this. Card here, the Camel Boy, number 33. 33. Threes are Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Creator. Divine. 33. Master number. And 2018 is a master year. 1111. So we're doing 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, all the way up. Right? So there's a twin flame relationship that all this is referring to. I guess this is your Leo friend. Small steps asking for help. Or this could be you. Taking small steps and asking for help. I don't know. This is a queen. This is not even a prince. This is a boy. But you're repeating the number 3 because this is 13 and this is 33. So again, this relationship, this situation, this could just be that this is part of your transformation, part of you learning how to use your patience, part of you tuning into your intuition so that you can see these small steps. And so that you will know, your intuition will tell you when they need your help. So you could even be a parent. This could be your child. If this is not a twin flame journey for you, this could be a child who's asking for your help. But for those of you who recognize this energy, this camel boy who's very comfortable sitting up on top of that camel, serenading it, blowing his whistle. Charming you. I say, let's see if we can get another message from the Goddess Guidance Oracle. And this again is by Doreen Virtue. I say, thank you so much. Thank you. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Any guidance, any further information? Thank you. Sensitivity, White Tara. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Be gentle with yourself. Be good to yourself. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overextend yourself. You are becoming more open. You're becoming more sensitive. You have to be careful with the energies that you bring into your space. Maybe there's something about Camel Boy and his crowd that may not be good for your space. White Tower talks about sensitivity. Okay, let's see. As you purified your inner world and thoughts, actions, and intentions, it's natural that you seek purity in your outer world as well. This is to acknowledge your heightened sensitivity, which is as real as it seems. You've stripped away the outer protective layers of unneeded defenses, which blocked your psychic and spiritual awareness. Now you're on the path to ascension, which calls for your heightened awareness. And with this awareness comes new levels of sensitivity to the impure and to the harsh. Your body is a trustworthy instrument of measurement of your tolerance level. Steer clear of that which your body signals you to avoid. Take excellent care of your body, and it shall serve you well. Meanings of this card. Acknowledge your sensitivity. Take steps to protect yourself from negativity. Avoid chemicals. Steer clear of situations with crowds, loud noises, violent media, and other triggers. You just may be finding out new triggers as time goes on. There may be things that you may have been able to tolerate before that you're not going to be able to tolerate, right? So this is about people, places, and things, just like in AA. And folks that you need to cut out of your circle. All right, let's see if we can get one card from you from the numerology deck. Thank you guys for having so much patience. But I just wanted to be able to do what the Spirit said to do. Number 88 is the bottom of the deck. Abundance. Child, please. 74. Nature. Getting out in nature. Right? Appreciating nature. 7 and 4 is 11. Yeah, maybe you're going to meet Mr. Prince Charming to the 4th power when you go outside, when you go to the park, when you're walking in nature, when you're walking to the park. Or maybe the zoo. Maybe the zoo. Maybe that's why they said that he's waiting for you to get back from the zoo. Oh, shame. Well, girls. and guys. Maybe the zoo, a national park. Try the zoo, though, for real. See how that goes. Somewhere where there are lions. The library. The library. The library. In certain places, New York, the library is 2 lions at the front gate. Male and female lions. Nature. Abundance. Let's see what they say about nature. 74. This card indicates a need to spend quality time in nature. Nature has the ability to heal and replenish you when you're feeling tired, anxious, or depressed. Even a 10-minute walk outside will help you revitalize, balance, and ground you. When you merge your energy with Mother Earth, you enhance your connection to the divine. Perhaps you've been spending too much time inside or around computers and electrical devices. Maybe you've been feeling stressed, indecisive, or confused. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to improve your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being by walking along a beach or in a garden or a park, hiking through the forest, the bush, mountains, or desert, swimming in an open ocean, river, a lake, or a stream, taking a trip to the wildernesses or countryside, going camping or horseback riding, gardening or having a picnic, laying in the sun, walking in the rain, or playing in the snow, or reading under a tree. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to spend time in the outdoors. When you align yourself with Mother Nature, you align yourself with Source, and this is a very powerful way to raise your vibration. The affirmation here is, I spend time in nature and align myself with Source. 74 and 11. Very, very important message, I feel. Let's get one more card from Native Spirit Oracle. Thank you so much. If you desire a personalized reading, you can send an email to pbtarot7@gmail.com. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. That way you will know when I upload new content or when I decide to go live. Don't know who you are. Sorry about that, folks. So, for real? Excuse me. Unbelievable. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, the card that came for you from the Native Spirit Oracle was Spirit Keeper of the North. Spirit Keeper of the North. It's kind of cold there. Lots of secrets. Take time to contemplate. Turn within. Connect with your ancestors. Incubate ideas. Mend relationships. Pay attention to your dreams. Meditate. The answers are waiting to be heard. Stay warm. Create dreams for your future. Repair whatever is broken in your home and your life. Forgive those people and situations that you've been dragging around for a while. The Native Spirit wants you to know, in the medicine wheel, the north is the direction that symbolizes this darkest time of night, the coldest part of winter, the dark of the moon. It also represents the elder time of life and even a time of endings. Pulling the Spirit Keeper of the North indicates it is time to take measure of your life. Explore what's working and what's not working. What and whom do you need to release? It's also the time to make repairs in your physical environment as well as make repairs to your body.
Additionally, this is the time to begin to dream and make plans regarding your future. Your ancestors are close at this time. Call on them. They want to help you. Now, if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, this has a different meaning for you, so I'm going to read that also. But what I'm going to say about this, Spirit Keep of the North, and as I was reading this, Spirit said to me, remember the North Star? That was the way to freedom, right? Harriet Tubman learned to use nature to be able to tell by which way the moss was growing on the bark of the trees. She was able to tell which way was north. Because remember, they had no maps. And she led those other slaves to freedom. Not once, not twice, many times made that trip back and forth. From slavery to freedom. Following the North Star. Because somehow they knew that North was freedom. North was freedom from that bondage. And the further north they got, the freer they would get. So they got to Canada. That's why if you look like in New York State, a lot of the country, the part of the country that was part of the up until the time of the, during the time of the Civil War, colonies, Buffalo has a concentration at some point, like the highest concentration of African Americans. People from the South, Rochester, Buffalo, all those places close to the water that you could cross, or the border crossing to get to Canada for freedom. Detroit, Michigan, I would guess, maybe Chicago, anything like, things that were like on the Great Lakes. That was freedom. That is, anyway. If you are in the Southern Atmosphere, this card would be the Spirit Keeper of the South, and it would mean abundance and prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures, and your energy will be at a maximum. So if you live in the Southern Hemisphere of the country, of the planet. So not only if you live in the southern states, it's like South America and anything below the equator. I was going to say Ecuador. Ecuador too. Anything that is at the equator and down would be south. In the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. It's time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. Okay, so that's the message for you if you live in the Southern Hemisphere. Message for those who live here in the cold north where I am. Stand out. This is an exercise. Stand outdoors at night, facing the north. Inhale the stillness. Sink into your own depth. In the stillness, ancient wisdom emerges. So if you live in the north, stand outside at night, face the north, deep breaths, and just meditate and sink into your own inside, your depth. And go inside of yourself, but outside and at night. Inhale and go into yourself. If you're in the southern hemisphere, stand facing the south during the midday. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe. And I would just say that either you can do either of those exercises. If it's in the middle of the day, do it. If you're outside or you having your lunch break, and if you're out and it's night, do that too. So, there were new cards that I was going to introduce today. Past Lives Oracle, and these are by Doreen Virtue and Brian L. Weiss, MD. So I was going to shuffle and get 3 cards and have you decide, which card you felt was the message that your ancestors were bringing for you for this reading. But I think they already brought a pretty good message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we can get one message. Okay, this again is the Past Life Oracles. So I'm going to ask Spirit, please, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the blessings that you have shared, the information, the wisdom that you have shared with those born under the sign of Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. And so we're asking you, dear spirits, to give us one final message of what it is that you would have us to know, a message from you. What is it that we need to know? What is it that you want us to know about our journey? Past, present, or future. What is that Sagittarius needs to know, be aware of? What is it that what else would you wish to share with us this afternoon? We thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for being so patient and kind. Okay, thank you. And vows. Message that you got from the ancestors. Vows. This is what they wanted you to be aware of. Let's see what vows is talking about. You drew this card because the vows that you took in prior lifetimes are blocking you in this one. Most likely you were a monk or a nun when you made those vows, which still continue to haunt you. Common examples may include a vow of poverty or self-denial, which could block your flow of abundance. A vow of chastity, which can inhibit your romantic or sexual life in the present. Or a vow of self-punishment, which can lead you to sabotage or to hurt yourself. Unless the vows are severed, they can affect you across time. Fortunately, vows are very simple to undo. It's simply a matter of firmly stating, I am willing to sever all vows that are blocking me in this lifetime. I ask that all aspects of painful vows be now and forever undone in all directions of time for everyone concerned. By saying this either aloud or silently, you will help to heal the bondage of the past and open yourself up to present-day joy and abundance in all forms. Ashe. Release it. Release your obligations to these vows that you may have been carrying from ancient times. If not through you, through your familiar line. The poverty-mindedness, the self-destructiveness, the vows of chastity, vows that you may have taken in this lifetime for anything, fraternities, sororities, blood brethren stuff, and wedding vows. You may be divorced, but maybe you still need to release those vows. And that could be what's blocking you also. If you're not involved in a third-party relationship and you're with someone who's single and they still acting all crazy, maybe they were married before, maybe you were married before. So maybe that's today's answer, is release yourself from those vows, those divorce vows, those marriage that you separated yourself from, that you got away with, with your life or with your goods or with everything, whatever. Even maybe if you lost your spouse, release those vows. Can't hurt, might help. So anyway, thank you everybody for being so patient. I hope that this message resonated with you. If not today, tomorrow, next week, during May, all through June. So, thank you. Let me know what you thought about this reading, and let me know if there's anything that resonates with you. Please make comments. Please make sure you like. I'm going to start to check the likes and see whether or not that's going to, increase certain signs' chances of getting to the top of the list. Okay? But thank you so much, Sagittarius. And I will be speaking to you all in the middle of May with your love bite. Okay? So, enjoy the rest of your May. Have a good Memorial Day, right? And Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Don't forget, if you can catch May rainwater outside, it's really, really, really good to use, like holy water. The first rains of May, or any rains in May, catch your rain, hold on to it, keep it in a jug or something. You can use that to make baths. You can place that on your altar as holy water. It's just a good water to have. You can add that to your spiritual baths, or you can just add it to your regular bath a little bit at a time. And that is, even if it came off the roof of your home, that's a blessing. Your home is blessed and the water came off the roof, that's Hashem. That's the power, the protection of your home. Give thanks in all things. Congratulations. You got this. Take care of that part too. That's important. That might be a big help. That may be just the thing you need to get rid of this kid. Okay? I'll talk to you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. All right. Be well. I say.